Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here. So good to see you this Friday afternoon. And Juliet Tanner says hello to you and to all those tuning in from all over the world. And that's so exciting to me that we have people coming from all over the world. So yes, thank you, Juliet. I agree. Today we are going to continue with what we talked about last week, which is the soul development. And so we're going to get a little bit more in depth into that. It's our soul part two. And last week, if you haven't listened to last week, you may want to go back and listen to that as well, unless you remember it. But if you haven't listened to it, please do go back and listen to it. We also will get a message from my spirit guide, Phillip. It's the Master's Book of Answers. And as you know, each page is just a different message. So we always get our message for the week there. I want to get right into this, but I do always like to take time to welcome those who are able to come live. And Sheila from Amsterdam says, hello, Diana. Hello. So good to see you, Sheila. Hope you're feeling well. I didn't give most of you much notice that we were coming on today. I was just busy and started losing track of time here. So forgive me for not giving you more notice, but hopefully we'll have more join us today. So here we go. And here's what Phillip, my spirit guide, has to say. Sheila says, hi, everyone. Phillip says, we have discussed the human cycle of souls. Now let us discuss the evolution of the souls. We begin by defining spirit, soul, and human. Spirit is what all humans are. It is what everything is, the pure energy of spirit expressing both individually and as the all. Rush, my sister, says, hi, Diana and Piper and friends. And normally once I start reading Phillip, I don't welcome people, but I'm going into this so quickly. So I wanted to say hello, welcome, Rush. And again, I put the notice out just a couple of minutes ago, so my apologies. Usually I try to put the notice out at least 10 minutes ahead of time. Time got away from me today. Okay, so here we go. The soul, spirit, is what all humans are. It is what everything is, the pure spirit of energy, the pure energy of spirit expressing both individually and as the all. As I'm going through this, I do want to stop also because I want to say another video I have out there, which I put the link right below me here. I use an umbrella to explain the difference between soul, spirit, and our life. So if that umbrella will help you understand the difference to what we're talking about, what Phillip tells us here, please go listen to that. Again, the link is just below. Or if that link for some reason doesn't work and you don't want to paste it in, just use my name and umbrella. And these umbrella, what does an umbrella have to do with your soul's journey? I think that's the title. What does an umbrella have to do with your soul's journey? Okay, back to what Phillip is saying. The soul is the individual spirit expressing itself through many lifetimes. It is the record, the story of all lifetimes of the individual in third dimensional form, spirit form, and all other dimensions as well. It is each being's story from the time they individualize from spirit until they return to collective spirit form. So remember, spirit is everything, and that's what we are, and we individualize as spirit. Soul is our story of life, spirit world, life, spirit world, or what we call death, heaven, hell, whatever. And it continues. So the soul is the line that talks about, that tells us what we've lived through multiple lives and between the lives. Whereas soul or spirit is everything. And that's what we are. We're individualized as spirit, but spirit is the total energy that we're all part of and connected to. Phillip goes on to say, human form is individual spirit form expressing as human in the third dimension. when we say individual spirit, we are not saying this being is no longer part of all spirit. No, indeed. Every being is always part of the all. It merely means the individual is expressing as a unique spirit form and acquiring a soul who then takes on form, such as human in other dimension. So sometimes Philip's hard to understand. So what he's saying here is we're all spirit, and that's where we start. Then this little spark of spirit says, I want to have life. I want to try out life in human form or animal form or whatever. We're going to use human today to keep it as simple as possible. So then that little spark of spirit becomes an individualized soul. And that individualized soul then moves into human form. And through human form, through death, human form, death, human form, the soul creates a story. Hope that clarifies it a little bit, because I think it can be very confusing. Okay, then here is the question. Does the age of the soul correspond with the maturity of the human? In other words, there are some young people who seem to be wise beyond their years, and they are often referred to as old souls. Can we assume this is the case? Other people mature later, if at all, in this lifetime. Can we assume that those who present themselves as immature humans are also immature souls? The easy answer is yes. Yes, but let me read you what Philip says. He gets more complicated, I think, but the easy answer is yes. So, okay, here's what Philip says, though. The age of the soul does not correspond with human maturity, but only in one human's life. Excuse me, swallowed wrong there. In all of the soul's existences, both in human form and in spirit world, the soul's development has little to do with human years. In other words, let me translate that because I think that's a little hard to grasp. What Philip is saying is we, as a soul, we mature through reincarnation, through multiple lives and between lives. As humans, we can also progress the soul through what we do as humans. Okay, hope that clarified it a little bit. So Philip goes on to say, young souls can be quite old in human life, while old souls can be quite young. The development of the soul depends upon how the human conducts their life each incarnation. Some grow at a rapid rate, others do not. When we speak of growth, we mean how quickly the human remembers they are a spirit having a human journey. And although the human journey is pain as well as pleasure, spirit is only pure love. As the human remembers who they are able to understand. Pain teaches understanding of this emotion, for example, thus creating empathy. The human life is for the experience. Excuse me. I should not eat right before I do this, should I? Sorry about that. The human life is for the experience of all it brings to the soul's journey. Imagine what great stories this brings as old souls gather together at the end of their journey in spirit world. I love that last paragraph, but I'm going to read the last couple of paragraphs. And as a writer, I really love that last paragraph as a writer and storyteller. So what Philip is saying is, as the human remembers who they are able to understand. Pain teaches understanding of the emotion, for example, thus creating empathy. So we have the energy of pain and we understand that energy. And so when somebody comes to us and they have pain, we can empathize with that pain because we understand it, and that helps them heal. The last paragraph, I love it. The human life is for the experience of all it brings to the soul's journey. Imagine what great stories this brings as old souls gather together at the end of their journey in spirit world. When I was writing that, I just, as you can tell, just got these great big smiles on my face. And I looked at that and I thought, I could just see these spirits sitting around discussing their stories and sharing their stories. And that just made me so excited and so happy. So I love that last sentence there. Imagine what great stories this brings as old souls gather together at the end of their journey in spirit world. Well, my friends, I hope to today and tomorrow and every day of the rest of your life, you create terrific stories to tell in spirit world at the end of your journey. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Have a great weekend. You too, Sheila. And Rush says, beautiful. Thank you, Rush. Okay, we're going to get our message for the week. I am hearing left, but I'm also getting a strong right. So if you heard left, we're in sync. If you heard right, that's a message you need to pay attention to. So left says, you are your only judge. You are your only judge. That's page 344. That's the message for all of us. And I want to say, we tend to judge ourselves harshly often. Stop it. Remember, we're just here to learn and grow. And we can't have empathy for pain if we've never experienced pain. We can't have empathy for somebody who makes an error if we think we're perfect. Believe me, I think we all pretty much know we're not perfect. If you heard right, that's page 345, and this is the message you need to pay attention to. If you set will against will, you will have a standoff. But if you set soul against soul, you may reach understanding. If you set will against will, you will have a standoff. But if you set soul against soul, you may reach understanding. And the message again for all of us, you are your only judge. Hello, Guida. She says, happy Friday to you all. Oh, my friends, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, for those who can come live and those who can't make it live, but you leave your comments and your likes, and I'm deeply grateful. I'm not going to monetize any of I don't know how to stop the monetization of old videos, but I'm not going to monetize. I haven't for the last year or so put any ads on these videos. If they were just at the beginning and the end, it would be okay, but YouTube wants them in the center. And honestly, they're kind of cracking down on people who don't monetize. I'm probably one of the few, actually, but hopefully we can continue that, because I just hate to have an ad interrupt the messages. So we'll keep going with that. Sheila says, sending love from Amsterdam. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you all for being with us today. I love you all. And be sure to check out the Moments of Joy. I'll try to get another one in before the weekend's over. If not, maybe Monday. Thank you all. I love you. Wait a minute. There she. I got to figure out which way I have to move for you to. She's sound asleep back there, isn't she? She is a precious little girl. And Rush says, thank you, Diana. Thank you, my sister. I guess that's it. Thank you all. I love you. Thank you for the love that you give to the world. And thank you for the love you send to us. And thank you so much for the love that you receive from us. Keep it up, friends. You guys are the ones who support me energetically. And together we help support the world in love. And believe me, the world needs it. And I do want to just remind you, please keep the Chicago area in your prayers and keep sending light and love to that area the rest of this month at least. And also we are having devastating wildfires and hurricanes and all of that. Keep the world in light. Thank you. See you next week, if not before.